is sad.
This is beyond sad. This is horrifying. So, as a lot of people probably know, there have been a lot of riots in Chicago. They call them the teen riots. I don't know. They're terrorists. They're fucking terrorists.
Bunch
Now,
of little douchebags.
they attacked this couple. I think they got the video here. We're gonna play real
Two
quick.
young tourists are set upon by an angry mob in downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
The screams are from this woman, Ashley Knutson.
You can see
Her
them
boyfriend
grab
DJ
her,
is also
throw her
there,
down,
yanked to the concrete
and
and
they're all
not
just
visible in
beating.
this video. All as he's getting kicked in the head by multiple assailants. Ashley is only visible for a moment until she's also swallowed by the crowd of punching and kicking teens. They pull her hair and slap her across the face. It started when Ashley was pushed.
He turned around and asked them, he was like, who touched her? And as soon as he said that, they went crazy, saying they were going to kill us.
Ashley and DJ had just come out of a Nordstrom's department store and were looking for a restaurant when they were surprised by the mob.
Oh my goodness. Is that painful?
Yes, it is.
He can't even sleep. He wakes up in the middle of the night.
Today, they are giving thanks to this brave woman, Lenora Dennis, who they say was the only witness to come to their rescue.
I did what a mom would do in that situation. Obviously, I needed to be there at that moment.
She was able to get them in her car and drive them to safety.
She had a...
So I think, based on the state of everything, this is a racially motivated attack.
Yeah.
I think they're attacking an interracial couple for being interracial. I think
Well, I
that's
mean-
why they were immediately aggressive towards them.
It's all the marks. It's all the marks. It's good. You got a black guy and a white girl. I mean, it has to be racist.
Well, it's they're going after an interracial couple.
Yeah.
Because that's been a big thing in like the terroristic woke left lately has been they're very, very against interracial couples. Again,
Who
you
wants to
know,
live in Chicago at this point?
I mean, holy crap.
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dumpster fire places in the States now.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of Canada is a dumpster fire too, but for a different reason. But, jeez,
Yeah.
how stupid! These are kids, man. These are teens. Imagine if you witnessed. So you're watching this and you see one of your sons in that crowd or daughters or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even know what I'd
Corporal
do.
punishment to
I
the
would just.
fucking max.
I don't even know what I'd do.
Huh?
Honestly, I don't even know. It would be violent, I think.
It would definitely be violent. There'd be a lot of there'd be a complete rerouting of the parenting strategy. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure what I do. I feel bad for parents of these kinds of kids because like what are you gonna do nowadays?
Yeah.
Like it's the cultural agenda now is like you can't rear your children. You can't hit them. You can't
Yeah.
you can't speak to them in a way that would hurt their feelings in some way. Like
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. I would like to speak to these kids in a way that would hurt their feelings. I'd speak with my fists.
Well, it's very easy to speak to these kids in a way that will hurt their feelings. Just misgender them and
Yeah.
dead name them and tell them that their lived experience isn't as valid as they think it is,
You know what's sad?
and that communism is bad.
You know what's sad?
What?
I know what dead naming means.
Yeah,
Makes me kind of sad. Like,
the state of
the fuck is
society.
the fact that we know this stuff? It's like back in the day when kids would say something and an adult or a parent would be like they didn't understand the lingo and stuff. But now it's like it's so in your face that I think everybody knows this garbage lingo.
I don't think everybody knows. I think the normies are still have their heads up their asses.
Mm. Well, that's
I
probably
think you know it because you're in it.
yeah, it's
You
probably
see
true.
this stuff, and you sort of listen to these conversations.
Yeah.
Whereas the normies, they're not even watching CNN. They're watching CNN once a month for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And whatever is in that 20 minutes, that's what they think is going on.
or they're not even watching; they're just getting that little ticker thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
They just read that and they go, "Oh, they
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
oh,
hot little topic."
interesting.
Um,
Oh, wow. Donald Trump's a white supremacist?
It's funny, that
Oh
was
my
about to say-
God.
It's funny. I was about to say that. That's weird. We were in the same headspace.
Yeah, well, that's the CNN lie, right? That's the big one, I think.
I think Chicago's dead. I think that city is gonna.
Well, I think all the leftist cities are dead. I think Chicago's dead. I think New York is dead. I think Los Angeles is dead.
But Chicago looked like it might turn a corner when they got rid of Lori Lightfoot. And then
Yeah, but they elected
now they're
an
gonna
even
get
farther
yeah. Now they
left
got it even
person
worse.
instead. So
Yeah. Like what are you doing? I don't know, man.
that's what they voted for.
And I know. Okay, and I know there's the argument that these things are trumped up. To use the word Trump, but they're hyped. Like to say that it makes it look like this is happening, all the time. When obviously it's not happening all the time, but it's happening more frequent than it should, more frequent than it ever has, and it's being perpetuated by all of these awful
They're
policies.
supporting it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's just so.
You know what the mayor of Chicago said in response to like this attack, I think, and like this teen rioting?
What's that?
They were out protesting
Mostly peaceful?
being underprivileged. They're poor and they had nothing else to do, so they're justified in beating this go. And I think it's because the mayor is probably against interracial couples, and so he sees that he's like, good for them.
Yeah.
They should have went after these people. You know what? They should have probably killed them.
The nerve.
Like
The nerve. These two didn't notice each other's skin color?
you know that their child will be dirty.
Oh, what is going on here? These dirty people. Whoa, stay with your own race. That's the progressive view.
We're in the 1950s again.
Maybe that's what happened. We time warp back.
No, I think it's cyclical.
Yeah, it's probably.
And it just flips and inverts, and now we're back, and these people have the same ideas because they don't learn because they're fucking dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're genuinely dumb. I don't know.
I mean, the same people aren't really around from then.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, it's the same kind of people. Like I think there's a
people.
kind of person that's persistent, like a kind of ego that is persistent, and that the same person that would have been an avid right winger in the 1950s against interracial marriages and interracial couples and like very racist against black people. They're now a woke leftist.
Yeah.
That same person. Like they would agree on 90% of things if you took the woke leftist and the 1950s KKK member, you put them in a room together with no like defining features. They're not wearing their Klan uniform. They're just sitting there dressed nicely, and they have a conversation about policy. They would agree on absolutely everything, pretty much.
Well,
especially on the race issues.
It's a very easy test to see if something's racist if you just change the nouns in there or the adjectives in there. Like not the adjectives, the nouns are the descriptive terms. So, like for example, you say, I don't know, a white man attacked a black man.
Yeah.
Okay, racist. It's like if you can sort of reverse things and change them around, and it still ends up being the same thing. I forget how they do it, but there's a way that they actually do it. That it's funny. You look at it, and you go, okay, it's like a black man attacks a white guy, and you're like, oh, well, I don't know, that must have been normal. But then you go, a white man attacked a black man. You're like, well, that's racist. So it's the same sort of thing. You just changed it around. Now you change the.
Yeah.
So it's just funny when you hear I don't want to say black people necessarily because it's just any person who has this idiotic idea when they say that it's not racism if it isn't against black people.
Yeah.
Like, so apparently there's only one race. Like, I'm pretty sure racism just is a broad term for just judging someone on the color of their skin.
Well, that's the actual definition of racism, but the left's definition specifically excludes white people. In fact, it defines white people as racist, which just by being white, which is a racist in and of itself. And so the version of racist that they're operating is not at all, in fact, racist. It's not even a bad thing at all. Like it's just them being racist.
Yeah, and I don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me the whole idea. Like when people you throw out the idea of like white privilege or all that shit. Like it bothers me, but not necessarily that much. I'm like, whatever, fuck, it's stupid. It doesn't exist. But it's like this perpetuating of racism is what bugs me. It's like we can't let things die. Like we were doing well, I thought. I don't know. Seemingly,
It seemed that way, right? Like we were getting along, but
it seemed like we were doing great. Like we were moving all in the right direction, and now it's suddenly, a bunch of woke white people have decided to, that it went too far. I guess it went too far in the good, and they went, no, 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 no. We got to now throw a little monkey wrench in this and get it back to the bad, the way
yeah,
we liked it. We got to get it back to those roaring 50s.
yeah. There's definitely something weird going on,
Yeah.
like in the um what do you call it? The like the hive mind of humanity,
Yeah.
where it's like now there's so many people that are anti-human. Like, did you see? I think Jim Pool was talking about
Elon
this.
Musk.
No,
I thought you
it
were talking
was
about that.
Hank Green. Um, made a poll on YouTube, and the poll was, what's better, like Earth with humans, Earth without humans. And I believe it was 40% of people said without,
Yeah.
and this blew his mind.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't believe it. So we did the poll again with different wordings.
Yeah.
He got the same result. And he just
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. Like there's just a huge segment of the population that's fundamentally anti-human.
Well, no, you know what that is? They're stupid. They just don't know. They're because
Well, yeah, they're obviously
yeah, they're
stupid.
not anti-human because
Well, they're outwardly anti-human.
well,
I mean, maybe you put their feet to the fire, they might
yeah, they're
not
answering a
be,
question. They're answering a
but
question to be provocative. They're answering a
some of
stupid way
that's
to
a
be provocative.
huge percentage.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dumb people that think that that's what the way they're supposed to answer that question. I suppose.
I think a lot of people are like that. Look at Greta Thunberg arguing to end fossil fuels like right now.
Yeah, but that's a different thing
Well,
altogether because that's just
advocating for
but
the
that's
biggest
I
genocide
know,
the
but
world has ever seen.
they don't understand. They're just blatantly stupid, right? But it's people that when people make that kind of comment to say that they're like sort of anti-humans on the planet, they're saying that because it feels like a good thing to say. Like, oh, I'm for nature. I
Yeah.
want the earth to heal. And less people would allow the earth to heal. Like, fuck you. What are you talking about? Okay, how about you? Put your hand up. You get off the planet. You be first.
Yeah.
If you really put their feet to the fire there, they'd be like, "Oh no, no, not me. I'm a good person. We got to get rid of all the
I'm a good person.
racists."
Well, they're
Yeah.
holding some like animal skin
Yeah.
handbag, and like they have their Starbucks coffee in
Yeah.
one hand, and like they live in a city.
We just
Like that's
live.
the thing. The more like these people hate like the rural people, but the more rural you get, the more in tune with nature you get. The more like kind of, no one's really living off the land, but the closer to that you
Yeah.
get, the farther away from the city you go. Where you get people who are actually like, farming and raising animals and, you know,
We just live in a time of hypocrisy, and that's what it is. Everybody's a hypocrite. It's very sad.